Let's go on the phone lines. The Honorable Seth Kwame Akyeampong is the Eastern Regional Minister. Honorable Minister, good evening and welcome to Eyewitness News.
Good evening, Sandra.
You were supposed to be in my studio. What happened?
You would discuss that when we cross paths. I'm sure the orientation as to your location changed.
It's a matter of regional security. Just say that and then we'll move on.
It's a matter of you becoming the onus who decides what must happen. And since you are my boss, you have been trying to use your hook to pull me from wherever I am. I'm before you yet, my lord.
We are honored that you've agreed to actually spend the evening with us. We were not wishing to speak to you on the phone, but since COVID came, we have been told that we can transact business and do so many other things virtually. So let's get into it now. You've been Eastern Regional Minister for what, 4 years, or is this your 8th year or your 4th year?
In my 4th year. I'll celebrate my 4th year, God willing, next year.
Congratulations. How has it been, the journey to be the man who is leading the region from which the president hails?
It's quite interesting. Mind you, this region is quite big. We are bordered by the Ashanti region on the northern part and Bono East on the northern part. On our eastern coast, we are with the Volta region. Our southern part, we have Greater Accra region and the Central region. And then again, on our western part, we still have Central region and Ashanti region. Now, we are a region with quite diverse ethnicity. You come to where I was born, is the Kwawus, who primarily from ancestral lineage, some from Ashanti, some from that Chim area. And you go to the eastern corridor, you have the Esojaman, where you have the Akwamus, you have the Nums, you have the Bosos. If you come a little closer, you have the Krobos, both Manya and Yellow. And you climb the mountains, you have the Kwapims. And even in the Kwapims, you have the Guans as well within the Kwapims. If you go to the center, to where I operate and work from, Koforidia, you have New Gabi, which is also Ashantis. And then if you proceed further, you have Buakwa State, that's Ochene. And you go a bit deeper into the western part, you would have Kotoku, and then you have Busumi. These are all Achims. And this put together, we have 11 paramountcies in terms of traditional governance in the region. Politically, we have 33 assemblies that are administrative governance, with the regional coordinating council apexing it as the supervising coordinating office for all the 33 assemblies. So in short, this is how I'll be able to describe our region from a demographic and the new way I will be able to tell you some information.
I see. So beautiful. I mean, I know your region a lot, especially the eastern part along the Volta. And it's interesting you gave the demographic there. We'll talk about the politics later because there is a part of your region that has always been voting the NDC and there's a part of your region that has always been voting the MPP. We'll delve into that as we look at the electoral fortunes of your party. But as a man who represents the president there, the chairman of the Regional Security Council, how have you dealt with the issues of turbulence or insecurity matters that have come up over the past 4 years in your region?
Thank you very much. It's been with the support of the traditional institutions, i.e. the police, the military, immigration service, the intelligence agencies, and allied security services in support of us working together. With the deployments, it's been primarily police service because they are the civil managers of the public safety. In circumstances where we require additional support, we have brought in the military. And in this region, we are supported by the 1BN, 1st Infantry Battalion. That is the Southern Command Unit, who is attached to the Eastern region that supports us in terms of security and defense. And so we have been able to do the physical and tactical work with their support. And the Ghana Immigration Service has also assisted us with their support. Now, one of the ways we have survived is our relationship with our traditional authorities. If you listen to my initial description of demography, we have 11 paramountcies. And as we speak, we have all our paramountcies in place, 11 of them. And we have closely worked with them to maintain order and to give assurance to the citizens that this is a listening government and an administration that is ready to engage with the people. And so our work has been to ensure that we are visible to the people and we immediately respond to their needs by drawing closer to their doorsteps and offering our stewardship to satisfy their needs. So by and large, that's how we've done it. As your guess may be, you know, tactical security operations come to deployment and then you find them physical on ground, and we engage sometimes where we would have to enforce some measures that will bar some other members of the community from moving to and fro in the system. We have assured them that it will not be to the detriment of the peace and the stability of the community. We've engaged very well, quite well with them. I'm sure you are minded of a couple of our chieftaincy issues that have come up in the region. That is one of the concerns. And fortunately, with a very healthy working relationship with them, we've been able to move on into steps. And I couldn't go further without mentioning the support of the National Security Minister and the chieftaincy ministers who have worked with the previous one and the current one, my senior brother Samabwati, and Kojoku, my brother, the former chieftaincy minister. By and large, these are the people we've worked with in respect of the chieftaincy issues. There are other issues that have come up which are of crime management, and to your information, I'm sure you're aware, our region has been divided into 3 police regional commands. Politically, administratively, we preside over 1 region from Koforidua, but the police administration and the police management board have divided our region into 3 to enhance crime management. So we have Eastern Region Command of the Police Service, Eastern North Command of the Police Service, and Eastern South Command of the Police Service. And this has come as a blessing to us in the region to strengthen the hands of our men in uniform and officers in uniform, helping to maintain public peace and order.
Let's talk about development. And regional ministers, your job really is to coordinate the development which is carried out by the district chief executive. I don't know if regional ministers can really take credit for any development whatsoever. Can you share with me, under your tenure as regional minister, the key developments that have been recorded in the Eastern region? I don't know which of them you can take credit for, if you do have to take credit for any at all.
There's nothing to take credit for anything. It is the administration of His Excellency, the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa, and his Vice President. They swore to the Republic that under their leadership, they were going to provide us with certain developments which are within their manifesto. And so have they delivered. And we, the sworn subordinates, I sit as a subordinate to His Excellency the President in the region because the Constitution has blessed him and clothed him with the powers to select and get through the system procedurally to affirm so. So I am privileged to be associated with the developmental projects that His Excellency rolled out through that science, of which I am one. Now I can give you all that we have done so far. I think when we come to the educational front, within the 20, and I hear as I proceed, I want to give credit to my predecessor as well, my senior brother, the Honorable Eric Kwachidafo, who was the regional minister in the first term administration of His Excellency, the President. And so combined from January 2017, when His Excellency was sworn into office, until he got all of us, his subordinates, to be in office, in educational infrastructure alone, we've brought up 404 educational infrastructure in the last season for both basic and secondary education. It has not just been there. We have done our best to also improve on the lot of the infrastructure of the public university in the region, University of Environment and Sustainable Development at Yilo Krobo and Somanya, if I'm allowed to say so. Again, as you travel along the N6, the N6 is the main corridor linking the south and the north of Ghana from the center. That runs almost about 60 to 70% of its coverage between Greater Accra and Ashanti in the eastern region. And as you go, you will get to Etiwa. We have built up a very modern TVET Center of Excellence at Etiwa East, to be precise, in England. And we have again put up a modern, state-of-the-art STEM complex in Etiwa West, and this is at Abomosu. These are all educational infrastructure that we have built since His Excellency has been in office. And I can say again that from 2016 to 2020, say 2016-2017 academic year and 2023-2024 academic year, as we speak, enrollment into senior high school have increased from where we were at 127,000 to 196,314. And these statistics are real for us to cross-check the Ghana Education Services data. And this is a 54.46% of increment since His Excellency took administration and governance of our great and beautiful country, Ghana. Umar, are you there?
I'm listening to you.
Wonderful. I thank you so much for having the patience to allow me to move on.
So let's talk about the political side of things. The Eastern region is the unacknowledged World Bank of the NPP as well, the second World Bank or one of the key World Banks, because the votes that you bring into the NPP are huge. Now, in the past, you have had Akan presidential candidates for the NPP, John Ejekom Kufuor, Dr. Duboahin, and recently Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who actually hails from the Eastern region. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is not from the Eastern region. He's not also from the Ashanti region, the two World Banks or strongholds of the NPP. How are you going to work in your region to ensure that the Vice President, and for that matter, the NPP, remains a successful party in that region, even with a flag bearer who is not necessarily coming from there?
Thank you very much, Omaro. It is pride knowledge now that His Excellency, the Vice President, the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, and the leader of the New Patriotic Party, of which I belong, and upon whose sponsorship all of us are today serving the great Republic of Ghana, has distinguished himself as a performer and one who can be trusted since we started this Fourth Republic and under this dispensation. Unequivocally, I can say, without looking elsewhere, that the Vice President has demonstrated that, yes, indeed, he is a person we can trust and work for. The Vice President, I know him when I had been on the ground working as a candidate when I used to be a member of parliament. And he came to my constituency the 3 terms that I enjoyed serving the great people of Mpaiso in parliament. Every campaign season came down and worked with us in the constituency. And so he is known in the constituency. I'm making this analogy to affirm the support the Eastern region is going to overwhelmingly give to His Excellency the Vice President, because he has served us, and it is time for us to return the same stewardship he offered us. So it is just reciprocal that we will vote massively for the candidate of the New Patriotic Party, and who is the leader of the political tradition, the New Patriotic Party, of which I am proud to be a member of. Now, there is no distinction that His Excellency is coming from the northern part of Ghana, and all our previous candidates have been Southerners. The New Patriotic Party is the only political party I can pride myself to be with that has balanced the southern and the northern tickets. I, being a proud Kabonga, if I were in the north, I would have been called a Kabonga. I, being a proud Kabonga, I'm happy that today a Kabonga is partnering a Northerner to give Ghana another level of leadership. And our political party is opened up to every part of this country. And we are not just a political party that do not believe. We are ensuring that the spirit and letter of our Constitution is respected to the letter. Freedom of expression and freedom of association. Whether you are a Muslim, whether you are a Christian, once we believe in you, that you can lead us into victory, will give you the opportunity. The only political party who today has been able to offer this country a Muslim, a praying Muslim, and practicing one, a proud one that I'm very happy to be associated with, to become our leader and flag bearer. We will vote massively for him.
Very well. Before we go, the Krobo enclave in your region has always been NDC. You are a good speaker of Dangbe yourself. What are your plans with that side of your region? You won 1 seat in 2016, but of course that owed to the internal problems of the NDC. They've since taken that back. There's a Sewa seat, Upper Manya Krobo constituency. Have you given up on that area? And Sojaman too, how are you dealing with that? In just a minute before we go.
Umaru, I have been in the Eastern region as a regional minister, and I have not been loud. I want to promise you, there are surprises coming up in the Krobo area this time around. And trust me, we are taking our feedback from the NDC in the Upper Manya area, and the surprise is coming from the lower hills. And you'll be surprised that from the upper hills to the lower hills, we are ready to wrestle the seat from my friends in NDC. They'll be surprised. I'm sure they are experiencing the heat that we have brought into the region, the unity and the strength and the spirit that our leadership is working and operating with. So I will promise you, Umar, that there is no way we will win, we will lose those seats. You'll be surprised that we are going to win and win handsomely. I promise you. This is not running my mouth. This is walking the talk, as I've always promised.
Very well. Wish you all the best, and thank you so much for joining us tonight, sir.
I'm just in your studio. Just hold on, let me look at your face. Don't go on.
So do you know what? That's Kwame. Okay, now this one is interesting. You can terminate the phone call so you can. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest, the Honorable Seth Kwame Akyeampong has